Oh my gosh. So all I had to do with my phone was put it in pro video mode instead of regular video, and I was able to change the white balance settings because it was catching the wrong colors. And this is a better representation, probably the closest I could get, probably just as close as what my DSLR can get when I have the right settings for that. But this is what he looks like, the Michelle kit I'm working on. I've been working on this painted hair. I mean, it looks like it's drawings because it kind of really is like drawing, but I am using a paintbrush. So it really is paint, and I'm using Genesis heat set paints. And I get what other artists have said on YouTube. I feel like I gotta shout because the yard people are outside doing yard stuff. I need to put this on pause for a second. Alright, the sound of that leaf blower is a little bit further away, so it shouldn't be too much of a bother. So this is what the kit I've been working on with the painted hair looks like, and I was a little concerned because I thought it was a little too dark, that hair in the front on the forehead, because it was supposed to have a more of a light look to it, like not like a barely there look. And I'm very pleased with it now after adding some more flesh layers to that area and the other areas as well. But now I'm working on adding more layers of painted hair. It's taking me a little bit because this is the first time I've done a painted hair on an entire doll head. I've done like little bit of hair like around the eyebrow area and a little bit on the forehead, like little bit, but nothing like this. So I'll pick it up and I'll work on it, and then I'm also working on 2 other dolls. The lighting looks bad when I'm under the light. Let me see if I can turn off the light here. Yeah. So I'm working on this one. You'll see in the video that I'm going to post the colors. She or he didn't have colors yet because I hadn't added all the other layers of flesh and blush and stuff like that. This is a little bit better. I wonder if I can zoom in. Yeah, now it's letting me zoom in. So at first I was a little bit concerned how this was going because I hadn't started the flesh layers and the creases and all, not flesh, I mean blushing. And you know when the doll starts to get color, and I was thinking that it wasn't going so well, but then as soon as I started adding those, I was very pleased with how the coloring is turning out. So this is what the Tegan looks like, but when I show the actually, you know what? I'm going to show this video after the other video. I'm just going to take this. I'm just going to post this afterwards. I haven't even finished creating the other video, but I did take pictures of the dolls because I was going to explain the order of who was being worked on, and I changed it up, and there was one of the doll kits that I was going to be painting, and I did not start on it. I started on a different one instead, and I'm going to share that. Well, it'll be in the video that I'm going to post first before this one. And you'll see that the coloring has not been added as much to this Tegan kit. Because at that point when I took those photos, I hadn't gotten to those stages yet of painting. And the kit that I ended up painting instead was this one. But I'm not going to show what it is because I'm going to wait on that for the next video. Unless you can figure it out who it is by seeing these limbs here. Oh yeah, I totally forgot what I was going to say about when I've watched some tutorials on YouTube on painted hair. Number one, it's so true what they said about how it starts to come to life after a few layers, and it really just takes the layering. So it's like this, it really, like, it kind of makes sense to me now after doing it a few times. Not a few, I mean, I don't know how many times I've put this in the oven to layer it. Maybe like 5 times. 5 different times. I can't, it's been about at least maybe 5 times of baking this with the layers of painted hair. And so I totally get that. It's a lot like painting the layers of skin, but it's hair. So it's easier than I thought it would be, but I know that this is nowhere near as nice as what I see in pictures of other people's dolls. But for my first time, and the fact that I'm already bonded, I don't know if you can use the term bonding to a doll, but I've gotten attached to this doll, and I feel like as long as they're out of stock and they're not selling these kits right now, I'm not going to sell them. I'm going to keep them for myself. And then if there's more kits that are being sold of the Michelle, then I'm going to get 1 or 2 more and make more and then sell this one. I don't even collect dolls, but I get attached to my own work because I get proud of myself and I want something to show for it, and I can take pictures, but there's nothing like having the real thing, you know, hands-on, that I can feel and touch and hold and look at, you know, in person and all that. It's just, there's just nothing like that, you know what I mean, right? So that was what I wanted to say that I forgot to say in the other video, and about what I've seen on YouTube and what they've said about the layering. And then also too, I know this is nowhere near, like I said, this is my first time doing a full head, and I'm still working on it. You can see where I've got to do more on the back. Last night I was focused on the front, and I was also saying that I needed to soften the appearance of the front, but that naturally started happening on its own. I mean, I did add some flesh layers and it helped a lot, but that's also happening naturally on its own because the more layers I put on the back and all around everywhere else, these layers are getting darker. So it's naturally creating like a faded out look in the front that I've been wanting. That's what I was going to explain. Oh yeah, and one more thing I was going to say. I'm not actually following any method that was shown to me. I've watched tutorials. I've watched other people show us how to do the painting, and for whatever reason, I just ended up just doing it my own way. And I think that one of them was saying that you start out lighter or go darker, or you start out darker and go lighter. I don't know, but I've been using the same color. I did start to go darker, but then after that I've used the same color and I have not gotten any darker, because like, how can I use anything darker than black? I've been using black. You know, obviously I'm not loading the paintbrush too thick because I don't want it too stark black looking, and maybe that's why. But as I do the layers, they're still getting darker with each layer that I put on top of the last. So I don't know how that works. I'm still figuring it all out, and I'm just kind of doing it my own way, trial and error. And that's also what I wanted to say too. So maybe I'm doing it wrong, but I'll figure it out. Alright, so this video has been long overdue because I don't know how many weeks it's been since I posted the last one. But I had some kits in these drawers, and I was explaining the order of which ones were going to get done based on what the ones I thought were more difficult or not so difficult vinyl to work with. And so I started out with, I was finishing the Charlie sculpt, the Charlie kit, and at the same time that I was starting on the Michelle kit. And when I started on the Michelle kit and I was finishing the Charlie kit, I had gotten this one out to start on, which is the Kamiko. And I got this Clio to start on. And, I don't have the Tegan in this drawer because I'll attach a picture of what I I'll attach a picture when I had taken some pictures of what it looked like though. But this is the Tegan right now. It's on my painting table being worked on. So I had those kits, and then I also had the Americas. And I said I was going to start on that one, but I changed it up. I ended up not starting on the Americas. Instead of starting on the Americas, I started on this one. This is the Lindy, is am I pronouncing it right? This shows what her name is, by G. Legler. And I had this kit with my other kits in storage, and I guess it's sold out because during my inactive period of reborning, all the kits that I had ended up becoming sold out kits. So I think she's looking really cute. I don't have a reason to keep it. I really shouldn't, but I'm very pleased with how the painting has turned out so far. We've got many more layers to go. And I had put this on pause because I ended up focusing on finishing this one. So she's really done, but there was a problem. If you see, there might be a little bit of shine, but I've got a light shining down on these for better lighting. And I haven't matte varnished this doll or anything yet, but the eyebrows aren't as even as I would like them to be. Like this one is a little bit higher up than this one. So I can fix it by just like adding more on this side to match that side. That's what was on my to-do list. And then when I finished with that, I haven't decided if I wanted to paint hair on her because I'm so excited about the painted hair concept and not having to root. But I think I do a pretty good job at rooting. It's just so time consuming and I just don't like how long it takes. So I think it might be better for her to have rooted hair because I'm not even finished doing painted hair on my very first doll head. Why am I wanting to do another one already? So I'm probably going to just root actual hair in this. But she's ready to go. She's ready to be put together. I may need to do, I don't know if I need to touch up anything with the nails. But this one's pretty much ready to go. I just need to put it all together, root the hair, and assemble. Oh, and fix the eyebrows. It's just being left in the drawer right now because of what I'm working on my painting table right now, which is the Michelle's painted hair, and then the new most recent kit that I started on, and then the Tegan kit. This one, I did start working on him, but it's been frustrating with this color vinyl. It has kind of like a yellow tone to it, and I didn't want to over neutralize and mess it up, so I've just been really, really careful and using very, very light layers of heavily diluted the liquid thinner for the Gemini paints and the Gemini and Genesis paints, and it's taking me a lot longer. So by the time, so I started on the Michelle kit, right? I started on the Michelle kit when I finished the Charlie kit. I finished that one, and let me put this on pause and show you. Okay, so right now, all I've got for the Charlie kit is the arms and legs. I've already sent the head off. I had already paid for and talked about getting it painted with blonde hair. But, so I can't show you the head. But these are the limbs. And I'm really pleased with how the feet turned out. Especially the bottoms. Oh my gosh, look at that. I'm so pleased with how they turned out. And, excuse my nails. Don't look at my nails. I need to do my nails. But even like the nails and the hands, I'm not entirely satisfied with my job that I did on the inside of the hands, but it's not like, it's not terrible or anything it's not like a situation where I feel like it's a boo-boo baby or anything. I'm just not 100% satisfied in my quality of work, but I do still think that I did a fairly good enough job for this to be a decent high quality doll when I get them finished and put together. And I'm still very overall satisfied. There's a few really little minor things like this white paint scratch. It looks like a scratch of white paint because I got white paint on it and didn't realize before I baked it, and so it got baked on. And there's also like a tiniest little like white paint on his face, but that might get covered up with the, oh, I forgot to ask her. I need to tell her about that and see if she could cover that up with the painting, because she's gonna do the eyebrows, the lanuga on the forehead, and the hair. So that little white dot on the forehead should be covered up, and if it's not, it's so minor that it really doesn't bother me. But I will make note of it when I sell him. But I got really attached to this doll, and if I like the hair painting, and as much as I would have liked rooting this doll, I might want to hang on to him just for a little while before I sell him. I might change my mind. I'm constantly changing my mind on these dolls. But this one was finished, and then I started on the Michelle. And what's crazy is the amount of time that it took me to finish both the Michelle and the Kimiko kits, right? The amount of time it took me to finish those, I was still doing neutralizing layers on this kit, because that's how long it took me to work on this. So that's why it was frustrating. So I just left it alone for now. And this one was super easy to work with. I just love the vinyl. I think I'm going to get, I can't wait to get some more like this, but because this was purchased prior to when I became inactive with reborning, I don't know if the Legler kits, pardon me if I'm saying her name wrong, or his name, her, this sculpting artist, if I could get some more kits, and it's so soft and squishy. I mean, so soft. This vinyl still feels soft to the touch, even after the layers of paint that I put on it. I absolutely love how soft this vinyl is. The head is a little bit more firm, but the arms and legs are so soft and squishy. I just love it. And that was one thing that I was disappointed about when I got this new kit, this latest kit by it was a different sculpting artist. And, but it's the same sculpting artist. Okay, I'll just say it. It's the same sculpting artist that made Michelle. And the Michelle kit, the parts to this kit are super soft and squishy. And I just love the way that it feels, right? But the one I got from the website, Reborn Doll Kit Supply website, just recently, same sculpting artist, but the vinyl's different. They changed the vinyl. It's worse, not better. They said they improved the color, which I don't really care too much about. It's not the color that I'm concerned about. It's hard, like really hard, and not that soft. And the head is really, really hard too, like rock hard. I don't know what the deal is with that, but I hope they're not all like that. And I hope that if I get some more kits from this sculpting artist, that the vinyl is nice and soft like the vinyl from this kit. But who knows? I'll find out when I find out. Oh yeah, and also what I wanted to mention too, with the Michelle kit, when that other kit came, I ended up not being satisfied with the cloth body that came with it. It looked so tiny compared to those limbs, because the limbs are a lot bigger than these, and the head is a lot bigger. And she, this Michelle kit, didn't look bad at all in the other body. It was a little bit bigger and chunkier looking, which is still fit him just fine. It was still just super cuddly, but the body was so much smaller that I was able to fortunately be able to switch the bodies out and give the new kit that has bigger head, bigger limbs, the body that I originally had on Michelle, and then this smaller kit that came with that body. I will change these zip ties. I think that that's going to be even better fit for Michelle. So I was glad that I could switch them out and not have to go order a whole new kit for, a whole new body for the other kit. So I was able to switch them out for these two, with these two dolls. So I have all these projects. I don't know if they're called projects or to-do list or whatnot. I thought she was ready to go. I'm glad that I looked her over as well as I did. This is the hair that I used when I originally rooted her, and I'm going to use it again. This is really, really good mohair.